My name is Holly Hawthorne, and welcome to the Outdoor Spaces Imagination Station. Now, you might not be able to see it all at home, so don't forget to turn on your imagination and switch on your listening ears. Here at the Outdoor Spaces programme, we're so happy to have you all come visit. We love playing outside, getting to see the trees and the sky, and just having a great time in our local parks and gardens. But right now, we've been told to stay inside, which is why I need your help so we can bring the outdoors indoors. Come on. Boys and girls, I can't wait to tell you some very exciting news. Can you guess it? I'll just tell you. I can't wait for us all to get trained up to become park rangers. Isn't that amazing? It's going to be very, very exciting. There's lots of my friends coming along too, so make sure you watch every video so you get to meet them. And of course, so you can get trained up to be the best park ranger you can be. Boys and girls, can you rap? Well, if you can't, don't worry, because my friends Penelope Parks and Elliot Evergreen have prepared a little rap for us all to sing along to.
Are you ready? Come on, park rangers. Let's go. It's the Outdoor Spaces. We're here today. We'll be park rangers. That's what we say. We love our parks, we love to play. We're going to protect them in our own little way. We may be small, we may be young, but here's one thing that must be sung. We are gonna have FUN, even if there's no SUN. It's our place, it's our time. Protect our planet, sing this rhyme. We are gonna have FUN, even if there's no SUN. It's our place, it's our time. Protect this planet, sing this rhyme. Let's all stay healthy. Learn this park's history. Explore this mystery. Sing it with me. Look out for those buzzy bees. Make sure to protect the trees. We may be small, we may be young, but here's one thing that must be sung. We are gonna have FUN, even if there's no SUN. It's our time, it's our place. Protect our planet
for the human race.
We are gonna have FUN, even if there's no SUN. It's our time, it's our place. We'll protect our planet for the human race. Here we go. A Penelope, sing it with me.
We are gonna have FUN. Sing it.
Here we go. Park rangers, here we go. Park rangers,
we are gonna have FUN.
buzzy bees. Buzz, buzz.
Backdrop.
Save the planet. Peace out.
Today, we get to learn about trees. Trees are pretty amazing, but to make sure you're the best rangers you can be, let me refer to my training tree manual. Trees help us to breathe. They're very, very special because they absorb a thing called carbon dioxide. They absorb it into their leaves and into their bark, and then they release it into the air as oxygen, which helps us. Luckily as well, oxygen helps boost our mood and help us feel more fit. So if you spend your day around trees, you can feel better in your head too. Trees provide food, shelter, and special networks for all different types of insects and animals. Trees are also very useful in cities and towns too, because their shelter helps keep the city cool. Isn't that incredible? I would have never thought that trees could do so much for us. Have you heard of a word called deforestation? That's whenever people cut down trees for lots of different uses. Can you think what all they would be? That's right. They cut them down for farmland, for places for people to live, and for the likes of paper too. But because we know that trees are so important, we have to look after them, which we'll cover in another session, so make sure you check it out. We even have a song about trees. My wonderful friends at Out of the Ark have got lots and lots of different songs, and we're going to put one on the screen now with the words underneath, so feel free to sing along.
Beautiful trees standing
Okay, park rangers, time to test your navigation skills. I'm going to put a little maze on the screen for you. Can you see it? That's it. I want you to help our friend Sammy the squirrel get all the way through the maze to find his acorn. Well, that's it. Keep going. You've nearly got it. Not that way. Keep trying. Brilliant, you did it. I hope you liked our maze. Now make sure you visit our website so that you can download your own pack and get extra practice to be a park ranger at home. Plus, it means at the end, when you've got all your practice done, you get to have your very own park ranger certificate. Okay, boys and girls, are you ready for a story? This one is about, you guessed it, trees. Let's get started. Ash the tree had grown up in the forest all his life. But there were lots of other younger trees around now, and they made Ash feel very old indeed. Well, nobody cares about an old tree like me, he said. I'm just no use to anyone anymore. I've got an old, knotty trunk, twisted branches, and I have an ache in my fork, he sighed. At the fork in his trunk, where two great branches met, rainwater had collected over the years. It soaked through the tree and made the bark soft and damp. But some things in the forest liked old softwood. Fungus did, and it started to grow in Ash's old aching fork. It sent through little threads, like roots digging deep into the damp wood. That tickles, said Ash. But as the fungus got bigger, the wood began to get softer and weaker. Oh no, said Ash. Well, I'm not sure I like this. It was hard for him to hold his heavy, heavy branches up. And then one wild and rainy night, there was a crack and the branches snapped right off the base of the tree. Oh dear, said Ash. But at least the pain of holding up that heavy, heavy branch was over. Now there was just a great scar of bare wood and the beginnings of a hole. But the fungus kept growing, and as it grew, the good wood became softer and began to rot as well. Well, no one is going to want a rotten old tree like me, sighed Ash. But the beetles did. Beetles like soft old wood. Well, over here, cried a beetle. Well, is it soft? Is it damp? Asked another one. And it was. The crumbling damp wood was the perfect place for them to lay their eggs. And when the young beetle grubs hatched, well, they ate the dead damp wood and made little tunnels as they burrowed through it. Some birds saw the damp wood too. They knew that many beetles were there, and very soon the birds were pecking at the wood to get at the beetles. Oh, said Ash, stop it! But as the beetles tunneled deeper and deeper, the birds pecked and pecked, and the hole got bigger. The beetle grubs turned into adults, and they flew away. Ash was all alone again. And over the years, the rain fell, and the beetles returned. Grubs tunneled, and birds pecked, and the hole got bigger and bigger. And Ash was quite used to having a hole now. He was never quite sure what would happen to it next. One year, a female great tit spied the hollow. Well, that's almost right for a nest, she said. She chipped out a few more pieces of the wood to make it a little bigger, and then she thought, there, that's perfect. She filled it with grass and moss and sheep's wool and hair, and then she laid several eggs. Ash was excited as a tree could be, waiting for the eggs to hatch. When they did, there were 7 cheeping baby chicks snuggled in his hole. By the end of the summer, however, the chicks had grown up and were gone. The hole was empty again, and Ash was alone once more. Summer turned to autumn, and the nights became colder, and Ash felt a little fluttering deep inside. "Ah," said the wren, "I must tell the others." So it did, and that night 5 or 6 other wrens all huddled together in the hole. They kept each other dry and warm and slept throughout the dark, dark night, and they stayed there the whole winter. "Well, perhaps I'm not so old and useless after all," said Ash happily. And it was true. An old tree with a hole in it is very important in the forest. Sure, just think about who all needed it. Our friend Ash the tree thought he was too old to play a part in the environment. But, as we can tell from our story, he had a lot of things that he could do. And sometimes, I suppose, we maybe feel like we're too young to help the environment. But if we look at our friend Ash, I think we can all agree that we've all got a part we can play. Don't you think? I hope you enjoyed today's session, Park Rangers. Make sure you come back. We've got so much to do and much more to learn.